The Varieties of Religious Experience, published in 1902, is a collection of natural theology lectures presented by William James, a distinguished psychologist and philosopher associated with Harvard University. These lectures, known as the Gifford Lectures, were delivered at the University of Edinburgh in the 2 years leading up to the book's publication. In this seminal work, James engages in a profound discourse on the essence of religion and critiques the tendency of contemporary religious studies to neglect the significance of science in their investigations. His lectures were immediately hailed and have since become an integral part of the Western intellectual canon. Within these lectures, there are subtle hints of James's evolving concept of pragmatism, a philosophy he would later consolidate in his 1907 publication, Pragmatism. In his initial lecture, James embarks on a thorough exploration of religious experiences. His particular fascination lies in the direct experiences encountered by individuals, as he positions empirical revelations as superior to the more structured religious teachings found in theological studies and organized faiths. James contends that religious experiences represent a form of remarkably insightful human encounters, emphasizing that there is no inherent distinction between religious happiness and general well-being, or between human trances and trance states in general. He acknowledges that these revelations can sometimes arise from brain activity considered morbid, often associated with the anticipation of death. James is candid about the fact that religious experiences can be profoundly irrational. However, he asserts that, on the whole, they are predominantly positive phenomena. While an individual suffering from a fever may have fleeting and misguided thoughts that dissipate once the illness recedes, someone who undergoes a religious experience tends to retain vivid memories of the imagery and insights encountered, revisiting them later in life. James's pragmatic perspective on religious experience posits that its efficacy serves as evidence of its fundamental truth, irrespective of the diverse mechanisms through which it is obtained, such as through the use of substances, states of illness, or prayer. James delves into a nuanced exploration of value propositions and existential judgments, which serve as criteria for assessing ontological significance and the inner constitution and origins, respectively. His central argument contends that scientific assertions about existence are underpinned by emotions just as religious claims are, rendering it futile to rank them based on this criterion. Value propositions, in contrast, remain impervious to challenge because they openly acknowledge their inherent subjectivity, thus rendering them more practical and legitimate. He directs criticism towards scientists who overly rely on empirical evidence while disregarding aspects of the universe that remain concealed but can be validated through alternative systems of inquiry. According to James, consciousness operates as a meticulously controlled instrument, burdened by entrenched societal assumptions it is compelled to assimilate. Consequently, the conventional definition of rationalism within conscious thought is inherently flawed, as it fails to acknowledge the validity of alternative forms of rationality that derive insights from concealed facets of reality. James pays homage to notable American writers like Ralph Waldo Emerson and Walt Whitman, whom he credits with contributing to American philosophy by propagating what he terms healthy-mindedness. To him, adherents of healthy-mindedness perceive moral vices, including the concept of evil, as illusory. However, he advocates for an even more evolved state of consciousness, referred to as morbid-mindedness. This state emerges when individuals have confronted utter despair before ultimately rejecting it. Morbid-minded individuals possess a broader spectrum of experiential awareness, bringing them closer to achieving a comprehensive philosophical sensibility. In his analysis of saintliness, James portrays saints as individuals whose spiritual emotions govern their habitual way of life, directing their energy flow. Furthermore, saints possess a profound sense of belonging to a grander existence beyond the confines of their physical form and ego, allowing them to conceive of an ideal power. The saint, recognizing the continuous and interconnected nature of this higher power and their own existence, willingly surrenders to its guidance. This surrender imbues the saint's life with profound joy and engenders qualities such as asceticism, resilience, charity, and purity. In James's final lecture, he delves into the realm of mysticism, acknowledging two fundamental aspects of mystical experiences: ineffability and noetic quality. Ineffability pertains to the inherent inability to express these experiences adequately in words. To truly comprehend the ineffable, one must personally undergo such an experience. Unlike intellectual revelations, mystical states are predominantly rooted in emotional sensation, making direct comparisons challenging. The noetic quality encompasses the aspect of an experience evolving into a form of knowledge. These mystical states are fleeting and occur during moments when the human will is subdued. Throughout his lectures, James advances an argument for the continued evolution of rationalism that has influenced religious and scientific thinkers alike. He dismantles certain unexamined assumptions of the early 19th century, subjecting them to a higher standard without advocating a return to the dogmatic thinking of religious tradition. Consequently, he is recognized as both a prominent philosopher and a pioneering scientist of his time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.